Good morning from the hostel for one last time. Today is Monday, 6th of Feb, and it's now the day due for us to go back. So we will be leaving the hostel at 8:30, and then we will be getting on a flight which leaves at 11:20, and we should be getting back to Birmingham by about 12, 12:15, thereabouts. And when we get back to England, then I'll do a sum up of the whole trip and what I thought, and maybe slide a few mentions in as well. So I'll see you later. I'm leaving the hostel for the last time to go and catch our flight at the airport. At Geneva Airport. We're about to go in through security and then into some kind of waiting area, I suppose, and then we'll be getting on our flight back to England. Hello again. We've gone through security and now we've got a bit of time to wander around before our flight when the gate closes at 10:50, so we'll be heading towards that at about 10:30. And our flight leaves at 11:20 and then we'll be back in England by about lunchtime today. Before I do go off for a wander around, just a little special mention for my teachers, because without the teachers' hard work and planning and preparation, none of this lot would have happened. None of the stuff you've seen would have happened. So here they are. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. There we go. That was my teacher's special right there. At the gates, waiting to board our flight back to England, to Birmingham.
Your attention please, arriving passenger, BB. That's not BB.
To Birmingham.
Opened armrest down and your seatbelt to put it back in the upright position.
Can't see Charlie just
back to just as cold and just as wet England. We've just got off the flight. I can't remember how long it was, but it was good. It was nice and chill. Editing videos, playing games, listening to music, etc. Just the usual things you do when you get bored on the flight. Next, we're going to go through all the border stuff, and then we'll be on our way back to school. When we get back, I will do a sum up of the whole trip, so like an overview kind of thing, of like reflecting back on it, looking back. We are now really back in England. We've just gone through border control, and now we are just waiting on the teachers who have very kindly offered to drive us back in the school to minibuses. Here we are, back on the school's minibuses and on our way back to school.
What else? Craig's had a haircut. You might have had that before you left.
No.
I bet you are. How long's the flight? A couple of hours?
1.5.
1.5, it wasn't too bad. We just...
I had year 13 period of a week at Uxbridge, Brunel University in Uxbridge, learning about Passover. My kids are going out with no, something like that. Supercars. That's massive.
Still here.
It's still here, Dave. Where's it going to go?
I was hoping to order Nicky. I'm going to...
And we are back. It's now the end of the trip. I'm back in school. Everyone else are back to doing what they were doing. Back to resuming school life, student life. So overall then, what did I think? I think it was absolutely brilliant. It was well worth every minute of it. And yeah, sure enough, there might have been some bits that could have been improved, such as I'd quite like not to find worms in my supper next time. And if you're watching this video, then and I've got another goal that I've achieved, and that is all the videos coming back at the same time, and the phone as well. Anyway, really overall overview then. Thursday, it was a rush in the end. I tried not to show how rushed it was in the video, but it was well worth the rush for what came afterwards, because Friday we had an interesting time out seeing the UN Palace of Nations. It was quite interesting to see some of the places where real discussions about today's issues and many other issues take place. It is an actual functional building. I mean, there are actually government people in there. It is actual government stuff. The security was absolutely through the roof, but I expected it to be, because if you are going to have sensitive topics, shall I say, being discussed on campus, yeah, security better be through the roof. As well as that, I think also the History of Science Museum was interesting as well. We had the lake cruise. Yeah, although the weather was a bit rubbish, sure, yes, the weather was rubbish, but it wasn't too bad, actually. It still got me some decent enough pictures and clips. Also forgot to mention the observatory in the morning. It was really interesting to know that it turns out they don't do any observing there anymore because there's too much interference. Because you got all the air traffic above, you got Geneva not very far away, and you've got mobile phone signals and everything that's interrupting the air, and also the fact that it's near a city, light pollution is going to cause some problems when observing, and also the fact that it's quite low, so there's quite a lot of atmosphere in the way, so they couldn't really observe good, as in like good results that you get, like say in an observatory in the middle of a desert. it was interesting to see what they were building there. It actually reminded me of an experience from a couple of years ago now. God, it was already a couple of years ago in 2015. And that was when I went to NASA and saw the assembly of the James Webb Telescope, which is still work in progress, I think, as of when this was recorded. But no, it was interesting to see what they were assembling there, and it was interesting to know that you could actually look it up. It's called ESO, Espresso, as in the coffee name. And you can apparently like build variants of it yourself or something. So yeah, there's that. Saturday, all day out in CERN. Oh yeah, certainly interesting, of course, to see a giant, well, a compact particle collider for the first time, and yet, no, trust me, this is absolutely massive. That thing is, it's ginormous. And yet it's only compact. Their bloody compact collider is like the size of a building, and yet, oh yeah, this is only the small one. Oh my god. Well, next time if I ever go back to see CERN again, I definitely want to go check out their big one called Atlas, because I think that would definitely blow my mind once again. And on top of all that CERN stuff, of course, it's good to know about all the particles. It's good to learn, on top of course, all that CERN stuff, it's always also good to be able to find something that relates to A-level physics when we're talking about leptons, quarks, and etc. And of course, alongside everything there, we also have the beautiful scenery of Switzerland to accompany it, and also giving us all brilliant photo opportunities. After our visit to CERN, of course, we had restaurant Edelweiss, in which I was not able to film because my phone had died. Well, at least I've still got my phone. That's good. Hopefully, and hopefully all the videos can go up successfully as well. And we're already making progress that I'm still able to record stuff on my phone. That's definitely good progress compared to last time. So if you are watching this, yeah, we've definitely made some progress because all the videos have managed to actually go up. Going off on a tangent there, back to what I was saying, restaurant Edelweiss in the evening, that was incredibly lovely to have the Swiss fondue with the melted cheese and just dip the bread in the melted cheese, and then to also have some nice chips and sausages, and then some lovely Swiss ice cream to accompany all of that. And then, of course, Sunday, yesterday, we went to the town of Bern, and actually an interesting side note to that is some of the kit I've brought on this trip and was wearing, at first in Geneva, it seemed a little bit redundant. For example, I was wearing what we call CCF boots, and boots, basically army boots. I thought wearing army boots was a good idea because they were the next best thing to indestructible shoes that I've got. And back in Geneva, I may have made a mistake in wearing them properly, and so it seemed a bit redundant, and it seemed like, why didn't I just bring a pair of trainers? But yesterday out in Bern, it all made sense, because it started snowing when we got there, and by the time we were just going around freely to explore Bern, there was already so much ice on the floor that unless I had worn these boots, I think I would have had trouble navigating the place because it was so damn slippery. But luckily with these boots, they offer good grip even in icy conditions. And of course, speaking of Bern, also to mention the beautiful scenery that we got to see, because it was about the only time that bad weather actually looked good with the snow. Again, pictures and writing, I think, can only get you so far in just getting an idea of just how it was like, just how good it was. And I think that the video would take it to a whole new level, just because you can see it in action. You can see it, sort of the picture pop to life almost. Now I know this all sounds like sort of what a child would say, but this is how I see it. It's being able to see the picture just moving. That adds a new layer to the experience, and I think that would give you an extra layer of immersion into the experience, rather than as opposed to just reading off of a page and looking at some pictures after having read the explanation on the page. After Bern, before and after Bern, then we had these 3-hour train journeys. Oh yeah, just plug in, relax, chill out, and of course do some editing, because otherwise those videos would have certainly taken a lot longer than they already have. And speaking of my videos, I think I've realised as soon as I got there that while the Swiss do brilliant chocolate, they also do rubbish internet, because my phone's 3G. I have this thing with my network carrier that I can use my allowances. I can use my UK allowances out in select countries, with Switzerland being one of them. So although I had access to the internet, the problem was trying to watch a video. Good luck with that. Trying to upload a video, yeah. I tell you what, I've put up a video for upload on the night we got there for day one, and by now, when this is recorded, it was on 2%. I checked 15 minutes ago, it was on 2%. So, what is that saying? Yeah, you get the idea. It took all of the trip to go 2%. Yeah. So, watching a video, good luck with that. Uploading a video, yeah, in your dreams. And then, of course, onto today. Coming back. It was a nice break in a sense, but it was also kind of tiring, because we had an awful lot of walking around. Not that, I mean, like, walking is good for you, yes, but yeah, too much of it starts to get a bit annoying. But still though, it was all worth it, because, you know, it's just some of the stuff you just don't get to see in the classroom. Some of the stuff there's absolutely no way to show you in a classroom, unless of course you might live in the future, or by then you would have had commercially available holograms or something like that. But until that point, it's just some of the stuff you can't learn in a classroom yet, if you live in the 21st century. But I mean, at the rate that technology is going, probably if you're watching this from, I don't know, 5-10 years down the line, you already have holographic technology. And again, if so, hello from the past again. Yeah, and of course, once again, a very, very big thanks to school and to the teachers, especially the members of staff who came along, because without school's approval and some funding, and without the teachers' preparation, planning and effort to make this happen, none of this would have happened, and none of the stuff that you've just watched would have been there. So really, a big thanks to the school, and a massive thanks to the teachers who made it all possible. And another mention goes to one of my physics teachers, because he was supposed to be coming on this trip, but he has personal reasons for which he couldn't come. A mention also goes to him, because he as head of department has taken quite a bit of responsibility in making this trip happen. He has done quite a lot of the work as well. He was getting quite excited until he has some personal reasons that he couldn't come. So that there is a mention that goes to my physics teacher. And also, another mention goes to my physics class, really. Goes to my physics class for dreaming up this damn idea in the first place. Because it all actually started out as a joke last year in one of our physics lessons. We were doing particle physics as part of our A-level. And one day we were talking about CERN and how they discovered stuff. And we started coming up with saying, oh yeah, you know what, should we run a CERN trip? So we said to our physics teacher, hey sir, can we run a CERN trip? Because it would be good, wouldn't it? And then the teacher said, actually, that's not a bad idea. One of us should go and bring this to the head and see if he approves of it. And lo and behold, he actually did approve of it. And it turns out quite a few other teachers in the science department also wanted to see a trip like this go ahead. And that's how it all really started. Just an idea, but it turns out it was a damn bright spark. So I was totally amazed by that as well. I'm now getting quite exhausted mentally and physically after quite a lot of walking around. I definitely need some quality sleep tonight. It may now be about 2 in the afternoon, but I certainly need to go and wind down early today, because it was a nice holiday, it was kind of tiring for a weekend as well. I'm going to go and get myself chilled, wound down, and start answering people's questions. And I've also had enough of talking as well. As of course you already know, you can already see with quite a few videos with probably double figures in minute, you can kind of tell there was quite a bit of talking going on. And of course, with me being me, if you are one of those who know me personally, you definitely know I don't shut up once I get started. Maybe that's why the unedited version of the clip that you're seeing now is already 12.5 minutes long. Yeah, I've definitely had enough of talking. So just as we're finishing off then, once again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the series, and I'll see you in the next video again, whichever one that might be. Bye bye.